What's up, y'all? You rocking with your girl Venus, and this is my show from Venus with Love, the best radio show on the galaxy, live on halfmoonbk.com. So, joining me today, I have a special guest, and I'm gonna go ahead and let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Akai Marje, singer, model, curator, anything under the sun that I choose to do, that's me.
Okay, so how are you doing today? First and
I'm
foremost,
doing good. I had some Publix fruit.
I'm dead.
we, it feels good outside. It's not too cold just yet. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm still getting used to the fact that it's October because it's still hot as fuck
No.
outside. I feel like I'm the only person too who hasn't ever tried no pumpkin spice nothing. Like, have you ever? Wait, yeah,
Really?
no. Like, I keep getting like ads on Instagram, pumpkin spice cupcakes, pumpkin spice candle. I'm like, I've never tried that, and I have no desires. I'm
Desire.
not gonna lie. Like, I'm more of a sweet potato type person, but I'm like,
Interesting.
am I really missing out? Because it's about to be that season.
I mean, do you like hot or cold drinks?
Yes,
Yes, to both.
I like both. For it'd be weird. Like, I'm the type that eat ice cream when it's cold.
Yeah,
So I don't
I'm
know.
the
I've never
same.
had pumpkin spice before.
I feel like I always try like Starbucks first. So they have like different ones like
That's what I'm
apple
saying. Like,
crisp and like they had a lot of fall flavors. You just gotta dig into it. You might like it.
oh gosh. Anyway, so you are a singer, correct? How long have you been singing?
Professionally or just in
Just
general?
in general, like how old were you when you realized like I can sing?
Like two, literally. Cause my mom she sings, so
Oh
like I
wow.
was basically just crafted for it.
So you basically had your parents' support for the jump. That's a
Yeah,
blessing.
yeah.
Like, I don't know, like you know how some parents it takes them a minute to like catch on or they never do. Like that's really a blessing.
Mhm.
So how's your experience been with singing like throughout the different stages of your life?
It's been cool. First, I started off singing at home. Then she put me in different choruses, like in our town, in our city. Then I went to an art school.
That's nice.
Then after that, I went to a regular high school, but I was just like doing covers on
Hmm.
SoundCloud. No, doing covers on Instagram. Then I went doing covers on SoundCloud. Then I put my own music out. Then a few years later, I'm here in Atlanta from Jacksonville. But it's been a good experience so far. I've learned so much, but overall, I love it.
And you also do hair.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't know, but we live from her studio. She got this
Period.
shit hooked up real
Crown by
nice.
Kai.
Crown by Kai. So how long have you been doing hair?
So I've done faux locks since I was like 16. I started in my grandma's house, then
Hmm.
my mama's house, then a salon in Jacksonville, and then now here. So yeah, I'm 21 now. By the way, that's the duration, but it's been good.
What's your favorite style to do? You just do faux locks
Yeah, I
or
only do faux
only
locks.
faux locks?
Yeah.
No braids?
Mm-mm.
Do you do your own hair?
Like if I'm getting my faux locks, yeah, or like twists or my afro, but like any wigs and
Oh, so you
stuff,
don't do your
mm-mm.
own braids?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Child, I wish I was that talented.
I thought you were like blessed. I mean, you are, but I was like,
Appreciate
girl, she do her own hair. Like that's nice.
it.
What's your Have you ever had any like? Cause you're a hairstylist in Atlanta, so that comes with a lot under the sun. Have you ever had any like bad experiences,
um,
or
I've
like
had a.
not even just bad experiences, but like experiences that like stand out?
I feel like it'd be too long to tell.
Ooh,
I've had mainly good experiences. I feel like
that's good.
people are drawn. My clients are drawn to me,
Mhm.
but I've had some bad apples. Like people that like tried to finesse, tried not to pay, had attitudes the whole day, didn't read my site, and it's a whole thing. I've had like crazy stuff, but it's been good overall.
Yeah, reading is not fundamental.
It's not fundamental. Like
You would think these niggas was not hooked on phonics, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so all the way from Jacksonville to Atlanta. Why Atlanta? I mean, it is the closest, but like, why Atlanta?
because I feel like it's like the black mecca.
Hmm.
It's really good for singing, music, well, music in general, creatives, modeling. Like it's like a one-stop shop for me, at least for this part of my journey. I'm gonna go other places eventually, but like I feel like it's Florida's sister also, so it's like why not go to Atlanta and like blow up and then go somewhere else.
So why not LA? I'm just curious.
LA, I feel like I actually went to LA in like 2021. often like sign a whole deal and everything. I just didn't really like it, my experience, and I feel like it's you have to grind here, but it's harder. Like everything's more expensive. People, it's more of like a white area. It's not like how Atlanta's just black. And I don't know. I never really experienced it how I experienced Atlanta.
Why didn't you sign? I'm curious.
Um, it was a lot of like glitz and glimmer to get me to be like wanting to sign. But I talked to other artists that were there and like different people that were a part of the label. I was just like, hell no. Got that contract. They tried to offer me like it was crazy low. I was like, hell no. And yeah, I didn't do it.
What do you think life could have been like if you signed? Do you think it would have made a difference, or?
Yeah, it would have been shitty. Like I would have been stuck in LA. Maybe I probably would have been here, anywhere. I could have moved anywhere, but I wouldn't have. I just would have been stuck in like a deal where I couldn't put music out because people that signed to that label aren't putting music out, and it's been like 2 years. I would have had. It just would have been bad, and I'm just glad I didn't do it.
That's real. You trusted yourself. I mean, the right deal is gonna come eventually. Just like the right clients flock to you, like naturally, it's gonna happen.
I actually don't want to sign.
That's a deal too. Shit, like when you would you how what do you okay? So you don't want to sign. I know, like, what does being independent mean to you? Because it's different for different people. Like, do you want to start your own label? You just want to do you.
I feel like first I want to build. Like, to get a good deal anyway, you have to have leverage. So I'm holding like this. You have to have leverage. You have to build up your fan base, your support, your catalog. Like, so many things go into it to even get a deal that you would be comfortable signing. So it's like, if I gotta do all that anyway, why not stay independent for as long as I can and make my money? Like, all my stuff go to me. I can control pretty much everything. Yeah. Because if there's some like there's managers and marketing people, like there's different people on your team, but overall.
Oh, but you saw the team, of course.
Yeah, okay. So it's like, yeah.
A lot of people, especially Black people, talk about like ownership lately, just in general. But like ownership looks different depending on what it is. Like ownership in music looks different than ownership in land and ownership in business, et cetera, et cetera. So like when people talk about owning their masters, like what do they mean? And do you think it's like a misconception with owning your masters? Because I feel like depending on who you are, like people make it seem like if you don't own your masters, it's a bad thing. But depending on who you are, like that might not make sense at the time, or maybe like it will make sense to own your masters later on. So how do you feel about that whole conversation about when it comes to like ownership in music and stuff like that?
I think it is important to own your own stuff regardless of what you do. I like looking at Brent Faiyaz as an example because he owns his masters. He's like one of the biggest independent artists. I don't know about misconceptions. I really have to learn more myself. I can't really speak on it too much. But
that's real.
Yeah, like niggas don't want to admit that. Like I don't know enough. I don't know enough yet. But I know it's important, and I know that it'll help you get your money, and you can control your music. Like compared to having to go through a label, going through a label agent, getting like 10% or 10 cent. Like it's crazy. What you have to. I mean, I'm not saying everybody that does own their masters has to go through things like that, but same thing with leverage and like making sure you can hold your own. So
back to being here in Atlanta. Just tell me about your experiences here as like a black woman from Florida, a queer woman. Just tell me your experiences here. Because some people hate this shit, and some people are like, oh my gosh, I swear by Atlanta.
I love Atlanta. I feel like it's helped me. It's like a melting pot. It's helped me find my community, queer community. That's like a big thing for me. Like, it's helped me find people like you, like creatives that are genuine. It's helped me find people that aren't genuine, that you have to like stray away from. There's so much going on always. So many different avenues like food to eat, music. Like I've definitely grown and learned a lot of what I do want to do and don't want to do. But it's been good overall. Like I don't fight regardless, but I haven't had no fights with nobody or like nothing too crazy.
That's good.
Yeah.
So let's get into it because you touched on something that I actually been meaning to want to talk about, and everybody's answer is gonna be different with this. But like, as a creative in Atlanta, do you think that like affects your relationships, whether it be like your friendships, your relationship with your parents and your family, or just how you interact with people who also create too. Because like you said, like it be genuine people, and then it be like genuinely disingenuine people. So like,
Yeah.
how does it affect your relationships in all those avenues?
I think as far as my parents, mom doesn't live here. She still lives in Florida, so I don't really don't
Okay.
get to see her like that. But it makes me go harder because I want there to be a time where like I can just fly her out and fly her to her house that I bought for her.
Period.
As
Ownership.
far period. As far as like relationships, I'm not talking to nobody in the industry. Like
I was just about to ask you that. Why?
Cause that should be crazy. Like you,
Even at this level, if they're on the same level as you, like right now.
I mean, some levels that might be cool. But people also are grinding and have to do what they got to do. Like I haven't really had any bad experiences yet, but I don't want to because I hear so much. I'll be around like bigger people, so I'll be like seeing different stuff. I'm like, I ain't gonna go out like that. In friendships, most of the people that are my genuine friends aren't artists. Like I feel like sometimes people be having like envy. And I feel like I'm doing enough for my age, but I'm not doing like so much where it has to be like pressure because I'm like super friendly. So I'm like, hey girl, like let's do this together. And be like,
tell the people your sign.
Shit. I'm a Taurus. Big Taurus gang,
Taurus is social. I thought that was a fire sign thing.
I don't know. I mean, I do have.
Tauruses do be social now that I think about it, but I just don't expect it from y'all because of Earth.
We be grounded. I mean, see, I have Aries in my Aries. My moon is Aries, and then my rising is Gemini. Are either of those fire? I don't know.
That's air and fire. Gemini is air. Aries is fire. I'm like a water. Yeah, I'm like a water sign all around, girl. So
really,
yeah. Pisces, Scorpio moon. Well, I'm a Pisces sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. So
they say that like your moon is what you most likely are, like how you act in real life. No,
I mean I can see it. I definitely can see it. I'm also on the cusp of Aquarius, so like that's a very interesting
niggas
combo.
I'm on the cusp.
No, like, because no, it really because like people look at me and they're like, "You're an Aquarius, you're a robot." Da, da, da. But I'm like, no, but like if you look at my do you read charts and stuff? Mm-hmm. Like, do you read like the circle, bro?
That's what I have in my
mine
phone.
Is literally like on the edge of both. So I'm just like, yeah, like that spot makes sense though, because
Aquarius are like emotionally unavailable and stuff.
I do be available. It just be like a lot
selective.
It be selective, or it just be like on some little shit, like shit that don't really like, I don't know, like if somebody, I don't really get road rage because niggas crazy, but like it be the little shit because I'd be like, oh, like you should have known better because you know me, so I'd be like the little shit kind of take me on edge.
Better, so you did better.
But yeah, like did you separate your friends like on purpose, or you just naturally have like, I hate to even say non-creative friends, but like creative friends not in the industry?
So my friends are definitely creatives, but they're more like DJs, stylists, poets.
Okay, still chefs,
but they're not like not that I say I would love to have a creative circle that's like musicians. It just hasn't happened just yet.
Are you scared? Or would you be nervous to have that? Like actual friends who are creatives? You wouldn't be hesitant at all?
I don't operate on fear, but I get what you're saying.
That's
though.
Real.
Like,
that's real.
Like people might be trying to take your lyrics and shit like that. I feel like it's all.
I didn't even think of that, but yeah.
What you mean? Hesitant in what way?
Just like I don't know. Like people get weird, or like people just want to like be around you because like, and this is not even limited to creatives. Like, but people want to be around you because of what you do, but have nothing to offer.
Yeah.
Or like you said, steal from you, where there's lyrics, deals, opportunity. Like I don't like that. So you never like been hesitant of that?
I feel like because I have such a light energy anyway, like people always tell me that. I've learned discernment.
Yeah.
Like as I've gotten older, because even beyond my music, people are just drawn to me, and not like on no cocky shit. That's just I'm just like a nice person. Yeah. So, I feel like in me having to learn discernment and like watch out for friends in that way, it helps me not be scared because I already do it. Yeah, if that makes sense. But like I still make mistakes and like damn, I trusted that bitch and she was acting crazy. But like
I've definitely seen on Twitter a while back where it was somebody who was like, I don't want to date nobody who's like doesn't have a typical like job because like I don't know, they're not stable or anything and they're not gonna match my lifestyle. But like tend to see like people who talk like that be the first ones to like try to hit you up when you're like convenient and shit.
Mhm.
So it just be like, have you ever felt that feeling of people like trying to shit on you because like you're not trying to take a typical path, but then like those same people come back and be like, "Oh my gosh, can I go here with you?" Or like, "Oh, when's your next show?" Like now they gonna
um,
acknowledge you.
I don't give niggas access like that. Like people can DM me all
Yeah.
day, but like to have like to ask me some shit, niggas have never tried. I've definitely had people like in high school.
Mhm.
Most I got a lot of support in high school, but I
That's
definitely
good.
had people be like, "Oh, like you're weird or some shit," because
And then
I
trying to
was
spin the block. That's some high
yeah,
school
like
shit
oh,
too,
I
though.
always
Yeah.
supported you, like I'm
Please.
like the same way, but I was definitely like a Tyler the Creator teenager and shit, and like
For
niggas wasn't
sure.
fucking with.
Probably not in Florida, bro.
Yeah,
Florida's different. I be
Florida's
forgetting
different.
like I thought Atlanta was wild, but like I be forgetting like the law aspect of Florida and just like the shit that happens there. I be like, damn, all y'all some Florida men for real.
Florida
Like
men is
I
crazy.
don't really put nothing past anybody who was raised not like anybody, but like I don't really put nothing past like law enforcement down there, bro.
Yeah,
Or just
nah.
like I just feel like Florida's like anything that can happen in state because fucking
Mhm.
alligators, bro. You put
It
alligators,
not be no alligators
bro.
like that. For
I don't
real.
know, bro. I don't want to take a chance,
I've
bro.
seen one like one time in my whole life.
You've seen one. Have you had a pool? Did you have a pool?
Nah, but my cousins that had pools, like it's not like it is aquatic, but it's more so like the deeper maybe in Florida you go, because it's so much swamp around you.
I'm scared, child. I don't.
Don't be scared. Come on, Florida, we ain't gonna bite.
I'm scared of them alligators. But yeah, you said you wouldn't date a creative.
I would, but I would try not to. If that makes sense. Like I wouldn't want to, but if somebody bless my life and they're genuine, I'm
Yeah,
alright.
Cause I feel like that'd be easy in a sense, cause y'all kind of like know it to a certain extent. Y'all know what each other goes through. Y'all wouldn't probably trip about a little shit like scheduling and shit. So I can see where it could be a plus, but I can see where it could be like. I feel like even to like fuck with a creative like on some like I couldn't do that casually, but we'd have to be in a relationship. But like you can't do that without the casual part. So I don't.
It's tricky.
It's tricky. Like on some Jay-Z and Beyonce shit. Like you got to be like in it to win it, like together. But I don't know. Dating in Atlanta, my sources say is already different. So my sources say
you ain't got no source, ain't you? No.
My sources say. I mean, I don't date out here, but that's a different topic for a different day.
She be wooed up, y'all. I be seeing.
He not from Atlanta, y'all.
Oh, okay.
So. But speaking of being a creative, do you think creativity manifests itself differently between men and women?
Like creativity in what aspect?
Just like the way we see ideas. Like even I feel like it's on some weird shit. Even like the way I hear music, like I feel like I hear things that men might not necessarily pick up on.
I don't think it's a gender thing. I think it's more so just how someone can understand music, like the way their brain operates. Because there's people like Deb Hines, like Blood Orange.
I love him.
Right, and he might see music different than like a regular man, because he's a regular man, but he's more like alternative, and you know, or like there's women like Alex Isley who her voice is like angelic. So it's like I think it's just depends.
I asked that because I feel like a lot of men are getting on the I want women on my team wave. So I'm just like I can see where it comes from, like the way like we like the way our thought process is, and not necessarily true. Like specific music things, but like the way we move or our thought process or how we might go about a certain situation. That's true. Why I asked. I'm just like I don't know, like I hate to get vulgar, but even with porn, bro, like that's clearly the male gaze, bro. That's what. That's why I'm saying, like, do you think it's different? Because I'm just curious because like that shit clearly is a male gaze, and we see it because like
there's no pleasure in it. It's more
and look at the way it's like skewed people's like expectations and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I wanted to kind of.
I get that because Tizo Touchdown, I think his manager's a woman. Babyface Ray's manager's a woman.
Future's manager's a woman. Gunna's manager's a woman. Ebony.
Yeah. So it's like I get that.
Yeah. Speaking of creativity, even the creative process though, like I don't know. that could be genderless, but like even the way like a man's creative process might be versus like a woman's creative process. But I also think it has to deal with like the person and like their traits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like people might some might say, oh, men's creative process might be like indulgence, but I'm like, if a woman can have that same like indulgence too, just like different mediums, you know.
Because I think like 2 Chainz, he doesn't write he like punches in. I'm
A
pretty
lot
sure.
of niggas do that.
And then
Yeah.
Ice Spice, she punches in. She doesn't write either.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think they say Thug started that shit. Like niggas started like recording differently when Young Thug started. So I was just
pioneering.
like, I fuck with Thug, but I feel like even with Thug, like I feel like he's an interesting balance of like masculine and feminine. Yeah, because it's just like he is a real Atlanta nigga, but like niggas outside of Atlanta be like, oh, he's weird, but I'm like, no, bro, like he really, that's Big Slime.
Big Slime.
So, what's if you feel like sharing? Because I know like some people consider their processes sacred. Like, what's your creative process like? Walk me through it.
I feel like I have different processes. Sometimes I'll list. So my favorite process, I'll say this. My favorite is to be in the studio with producers cooking up, like making beats from scratch. I love working with like instrumentalists, like guitar players, violinists, or people that can emulate that on their things. Then I'll get that beat or that production and I'll go home and write to it and just like sit with it, because studio time is something strict, and it's like you got 4 hours that cost money. You got to make sure you produce something in that time versus like I can cook up in that time, go home and play it and play it and play it, like do different things with it, and then come back and record. I write my own music pretty much. So
do you write for other people?
I haven't like done it frequently, but I wouldn't be opposed.
Who would you want to work with? Like, give me 3 people.
Tyler, Erica. Dang, there's so many people. Like, can I just like listen?
Just laundry list shit.
Okay,
go ahead.
Tyler, Erica, Janelle Monáe, Beyonce, Solange, Little Sims. It's hella people, honestly. I listen to so much music. Robert Glasper.
Do you remember that one year niggas being Chris Brown, but like niggas like, who's Robert Glasper?
He made them shirts.
That's so weird, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But bro, I looked up who he was. I'm like, oh, this man fire. Like this man fire.
D Mile too. Love D. Can't you not? Okay, I'm sorry. That's it.
Keep going.
That's it. Shit. That's all I got right now.
How do you feel about the current state of like creativeness and just being in this space right now?
Current state is in like what?
Like, you know how the president gets like the State of the Union address? Like what is the state of like creatives right now in your opinion?
I feel like it's so different. Like some people are like down to collab and connect. Some people are very cliquey and do things within their circle. I don't know.
It's honest.
Yeah.
Current state, social media.
Okay.
What is your opinions on that?
That's such a broad question.
In respect to like what you do, because I feel like right now, not necessarily you, but I feel like everybody's goal is to go viral.
Okay.
Not necessarily, and that could mean like creating quality content, or it can literally just mean going viral.
Yeah. I think. So. I get it. Like I get wanting to go viral because it helps you get seen. Some people believe in posting every single day. For me, that's really hard to do, and it's like shit posting. Like you're just posting, and like I get like if you batch your content, like create a whole bunch, then roll that out every day. I don't know. Sometimes it gets overwhelming. It's just like I want to be a real person and just like live. Like somebody I vlog to and like so much content I don't get because I'm just like living my life. But I get why people say post every day because it can create like awareness around your brand.
Yeah.
And, like I want to just make good ass music and make fire content around that, and then have people resonate
I want
with
to.
It. Yeah.
I feel like I started as a DJ, but now I'm like a content creator, a fucking social media manager, and this social media shit kicking my ass, bro. Like it whooped my ass today. I don't know if you peep, but like just posting at the right time, posting in the right format, like the selfie shit, like posting a selfie because like your face is more engaged, man, or just like on TikTok, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like as a woman too, like that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I know people say don't fall to come to the pressure, just like post, but like
How?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not posting if I look crazy. I don't even want to leave the house if I look crazy. Like I don't want to go to a gig if I look crazy. Even when I'm not going to a gig, like if I got a network, like I'm not if I'm not in the if I don't look the part, I'm not going out. I'm not.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that pressure too, or like you just look?
So I get that. I feel the pressure and I understand where it comes from because it's like being presentable, but I also have to we have to look at like what's presentable to, you know, like some people think in corporate settings that you shouldn't wear your afro. In our settings, niggas be wearing no shirts on and like titty tape and shit like that. Like I think it's just levels to it for real, and there's nothing wrong with what people want to decide to do, but you also have to like decolonize your mind, like not you but just in general, like decolonize your mind around like what's appropriate, what's acceptable, what's deemed like okay, because all this shit is made up at the end of the day. Like it's literally all fake, so it's like
I just feel like I put so much of a standard on myself. Like
I do too, though.
I can't leave. Like I'm not even saying like I gotta wear a bust down or my hair has to be pressed out. But like if my hair isn't done, even if my slick back don't look right, like I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't not exist. Pff, I don't want to be perceived.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that it's like overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then like we're women, like we're especially like. Hate to say it, but like especially like you're an attractive woman, people have that expectation. You like then it's like you kind of have that expectation of yourself. It's just like I gotta at least look like decent yeah. Like the bare minimum amount of decent, and that's just like okay, hair done. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'd be like,
no, that is true pressure around it because there's like
the pressure of being put together, whatever put together looks like to you. Like
that's true because only place I go. I mean, I like run my errands like without makeup sometimes, and that's fine. But like I'm doing this, I knew I had to get cute because it's like in my head that's what the expectation is. But sometimes if I'm in the studio, I wear makeup. Other times it's like sweatpants. My hair might be in a bonnet and looking crazy, and that's just it's comfortable. But I get what you mean. Like there's a lot of pressure on that,
especially with like women. They like rappers. I feel it more than like singers. I don't know how, even just in general, like as a performer, I would never want to be like a performer like outside of DJing because I feel like it's like you have to put on a gimmick, like labels. I remember Lotto was doing an interview. She was like, "Oh, I gotta watch," and they're like, "My label's like, I need to get bigger. I gotta chain my label like bigger chain." I'm like, what does that have to do with like your craft? So I feel like the good thing about what I do is like I don't have to necessarily succumb to that, but at the same time, like I have a brand to build, I have an image to create, and it's just like, ooh, it could be a lot to even like live up to your own standards sometimes. But do you feel like that pressure as a singer to like your brand and like not necessarily get your body done or be like just like chained up or whatnot, but do you feel that pressure to look a certain way? Like I make this music, I gotta look this way.
That's yes.
So, do you feel the pressure to look a certain way because of the type of music you make?
I don't feel the pressure, but I understand. People are like, "Oh, well, you make R&B music. Why you like if I made R&B music, right?" And I was like on some Rico Nasty shit, and niggas be like,
"That's like, fire though."
Right, it is. But niggas be like, "Oh, what happened to the sunflowers and the long dresses and the afros and shit?" Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit, honestly. And that's why I don't have a niche because. I love dressing how I want to dress. I dress like Rico Nasty sometimes. I dress like everybody do sometimes. I dress like a fashion model or a fucking nigga, like a boy sometimes. Like it doesn't. I like doing different shit.
That's why I like people like Sid or even Brent because like his lifestyle gives rapper, but then you listen to his music and it's just like oh, like your Sid is just like masculine presenting, but has the softest voice ever. So,
What's the last question that you had to?
Oh, do you have anything you got to get off your chest or that you feel like needs to be talked about more?
Yes, I feel like people should let people show up as who they want to be, and as society, we need to stop putting these pressures upon like image and sound and all these different things. Because it's like if people were more accepted, just being generally who they were, there'll be less violence. There'll be less like depression, because it's not like you have this image to uphold. It's like I get to be who I want to be, and that's not always the case with a lot of people. So
especially with niggas and like men, bro. Like y'all be overcompensating like fuck. Y'all don't have to. And
I
it gets
they
kind
do
of
have to though.
it gets kind of scary. I mean, they have to
because
like,
society,
but like
yeah,
it
they
gets
shouldn't
pretty
have
fucking
to.
scary, bro. But
Mhm.
last thing I want to touch on, because I feel like a lot of the times like people come to like spaces like this, or just in general, they just talk to each other, be negative. But like, what are some things that you're grateful for?
My favorite question ever.
Ah,
I love expressing gratitude. I do that every day. I literally woke up and was like, the sun's
you
shining.
have to, bro,
Like you
because
have
like
to.
I be in places I be not thinking. I be like, dang, like it's people who can't like, not even just like walking and stuff, but it's just like it's people who don't like, they wake up and they don't have the opportunity to even do this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like they feel like, you know, they had to give in to like whatever construct they had to like deal with, and they
Mhm.
can't do this. So yeah, what's some things you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for this positive, amazing interview with my friend. I'm grateful to even be offered this opportunity. I'm grateful for the freedom. Like niggas couldn't do this like 100 years ago. Like I'm grateful for just freedom of expression and just being able to show up as who I am. Grateful for life and growth and learning and where I am right now. Period.
Well, this has been another good episode of From Venus with Love. Thank y'all for tuning in. Oh, tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on. Shout yourself out.
My name is Akai Marje, AKAIMARJE, on everything: Instagram, Twitter, probably Facebook, SoundCloud, and of course YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. I'm on everything, everywhere. Yeah, tap into me if you like. If you like me, you like my music.
You like her voice? Let me
You
stop.
turn you on. Listen, I'm trying to think what to say. Yeah, just tap in with me.
But yeah, thank y'all for listening. That's all for today's convo. But don't go nowhere because we got a special mix from yours truly
Venus.
on the way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the music. Bye.
Bye.